So the Zenless Zone Zero community has once again exposed the weirdos in the fanbase with the upcoming release of Jufufu. Now it's pretty clear that Jufufu looks and acts like a child, and in a vacuum there's obviously nothing wrong with that. But sadly, in this type of setting, and understanding the degenerate side of ZZZ, it really brings about the worst in the gacha space. I mean, when you start calling her tail seductive, or making claims like this, that's when we start having some real issues. At this point, even calling her cute and funny can be seen as a dog whistle, and with the overarching context of the situation, it's just very uncomfortable.
This really sounds like an issue for people who are chronically online, and I'm really trying to be genuine here. If you really care about a fake character's age, or you're worried about other people gooning to a fake character who doesn't have a specific age, you may need to go outside, buddy. But regardless, we'll talk about this character anyway because I do this for a hobby. But first, we gotta talk about the real problems. Come closer, you're too far away. You see this? What is this? That's right, it's an empty food bowl. Viewers, why is my food bowl empty? Matter of fact, why does not feed me? I come into the house after a long day of gooning and find an empty food bowl. Why, viewers? Why? This is abuse, and I will not stand for it. I demand reparations. As a cat, I have a right to 24/7 kibble. Now who's gonna give it to me? You fat bitch, I fed you like 5 seconds ago. All lies. Oh, now you conveniently don't remember. God, why all you cats act like this? Oh, now you judging me off the way I look. Is it because I'm a black cat knight? Is it because I'm a black cat? Huh? Is that the reason you don't feed me? Racist! Your food bowl's right here, still full. I'll have you know I am an adult cat that can only truly be defined as
He's the GOAT! The GOAT!
You heard the meme, now praise me and give me kibble, bitch. Okay, first off, you're not an adult cat, you're a voice in my head. And I know this because I created you. I set your rules. I decide what you are. If I say you're a demon, ghost, or even Hannah Montana, that is what you are because that's what I say you are. Don't you see, voice? I am your father. Oh, no, you didn't just deliver that Dark Vader ass line to me. Put the kibble in the bowl and square up, because you ain't my daddy. Accept it, voice. Never! Knight won the duel. So anyway, just to address what the guy in the video said before, does Jufufu look like a child? I'd honestly say she looked more like Jackie Chan, but if I'm being serious, I'll compare her to a child in the game to get a better idea what the developers were thinking. And I did. This is Jufufu standing next to an actual child in the game. As you can see, she does look considerably older. I would say in comparison, she looks at least in her teens. But this brings up an important question. Can you tell an anime character's or game character's actual age just by looking at them? Well, the site Game Rant sure thinks they can. The site Game Rant has made estimated ages for some of the characters. So by their opinion, not facts, but opinion, based off more than likely how they feel, they think that Ambi is 20 to 23 years old. Now look at Ambi real quick, people. Can you tell what age she is just by looking at her? Leave that in the comments while I continue. Also, they think Unagi is 30 to 35 years old. Now, viewers, does Unagi look 30 to 35 years old? Now, you can assume that because she has big boobs and she's tall and she's hot. But what if she was Jufufu size with no boobs? Would she be a lolly then? Would she be underage to you? Most people see characters like Unagi as gooner bait, but the only reason they would think that is because of how she looks. If they made her look shorter and cuter like Jufufu, you'd call her Diddy! But these accusations will only be based off how you feel, not facts. And how you feel a character looks, honestly, does not matter. You can feel whatever you want, it doesn't make it true. What are the facts here? The facts are that none of the ZZZ characters have ages. And that includes all the new characters like Jufufu. Now, Jufufu has been called young and has even been called or considered a child by characters in the game. But Jufufu has stated clearly herself that she is not a child. Now, do not get it twisted, viewers. I have eyes, I can see. She does look young and she is considered young in the game, but young does not necessarily translate to child. It basically just means she's not old. Canonically still, she has no age. Now, characters like Ellen Jo have been stated to be in high school or in school in general, so that's a sign of her age, but it's still not clearly stated. My point is the developers ultimately decide what the age of the characters is, or the person who writes the story decides what the age of the character is, or basically any information about the character. It's not up to you, it's up to them. Now again, I'm not going to know the obvious. There are creeps out there who like children for some reason, not really sure what's up with that. But saying someone's a because they find a fictional character attractive that doesn't have an age, even though they look young, I really can't just find the energy in me to really care, if I'm honest. People of all ages play this game, and the game is free, so anyone can literally play it. What I'm saying is, even though it may be weird, just assuming that someone is based off of liking this character just seems illogical. Because honestly, there's two ways to look at this issue. I already showed the first way with the video I showed before in the intro, but there are people that look at it like this.
I'm excited for FuFu's release, but can we just all talk about the fact that the devs pay attention to the way that FuFu poses a lot? I mean, she poses a lot to where she is just showing off that ass. And from this based comment right here, this dude is 100% based. You can definitely tell, like, yeah, bro, Jufufu really has a nice game, like a genuine nice one. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. But like he said, you really can't blame anybody for liking her in that way as well when the devs literally do it themselves, and her idle animation and the way she attacks as well. But yeah, FuFu was cute. I'm pulling for her. She's gonna be nice for my Ishwin. That team's gonna be done, and she's probably gonna be fun to play. ZZZ devs proved themselves once again that their characters are just short women. From Anton defending Coleta to now Jufufu saying she's not actually a kid, she's just small. These devs are well aware of what they're doing with their characters, and people are just judging right off of design way too fast sometimes without even no info. Shukaku literally has a line that says, I was born long before Nagi, like long before, due to the fact that she's an Oni thyroid, which probably works different from humans. And do we have to really bring about Piper, the OG Sama? Like, she just speaks in granny talk the entire time because she is really fucking old. I mean, literally, she has a line right here. The best thing about being my age is no, do not try to reason with a teenage girl. Like, come on, guys. The devs know exactly what they're doing. Some of y'all gotta stop judging off a look super fast and just remember, short women exist.
Now, most people in the comments will call him a but if I'm being real with you, I feel like he's being genuinely honest because everything he said was true and can be proven if you play the game. And yes, the developers do know what they're doing. They do it on purpose. Now, why they do this? Because cute characters and hot, sexy characters sell good. If a female character is going to be in a game or anime, she has to be cute, sexy, and cool. One of those, if not all of those. And they do it because they want people to like the character. Mostly men, teenagers, whatever, play video games. Now, that's not to say that there aren't male characters in the game for the ladies either. One example of that being the bear here. Now, come on now, we all know that every feminist online chooses the bear.
In the man versus bear controversy, I am without a doubt choosing the bear, and here's why.
This is 100% for you ladies. The developers listen and they serve some fine dishes. Cause they even have my type in here. I just have to add, I'm currently trying to pull Caesar Augustus, ruler of the Roman Empire. Wrong, Caesar, idiot, it's Caesar King. Shut up, black cat hater, I know my history. And this is exactly how I remember my Caesar. With two big old bazungas. Giggity. Now, viewers, my opinion on this matter is I really don't care. And I really don't care because when I open up the game Zenless Zone Zero, I'm not thinking of gooning. I'm thinking about the combat and Jane Doe. And I can't really take this controversy seriously because these characters are not real. Even if someone was a creep in that way, what's the worst they're gonna do? They can't touch the character. There are real people out there that have been abused when they was a child, or, you know, something bad's happened to them with an adult. And those people deserve this type of attention, not these fake characters. I don't care what happens to Corin, she's carrying a chainsaw in a maid outfit. And if I pull her one more time, I'm gonna lose my... Now let's do something fun real quick, because some of you non-anime watchers really think you can tell a character's age just by looking at them. Let's see if that's true. I'll give you a good example right here. Rukia Kuchiki from Bleach. Just compare, she's 4 foot 9 inches tall, and Jufufu is 4 foot 8 inches tall. Relatively the same height, yet no one calls her a child, and she's sexualized online a lot by a lot of people. Now, why is this? Because some people can see a character for what it's really meant to be. Rukia Kuchiki is a Shinigami. She's a soul reaper. She even states in the manga that she's lived for 10 of Ichigo's lives. And Ichigo, currently in the time period of this story, is 15 years old. Which means, in this moment, Rukia is telling Ichigo that she is 150 years old, or at least around that age. But then again, she could be older because women never tell the real age. And canonically, currently in the story, she is 170 plus years old, with a child. Again, she's only 4 foot 9 inches tall, 1 inch taller than Jufufu. Just throwing it out there, let's continue. And this next one's a real controversial one, Bonnie from One Piece. Now, for the longest time in One Piece, Bonnie looked like this. No one knew her story, no one knew her background, no one knew her age. She looked like this. And any logical man would assume, based off the build, that this is an adult woman, right? She doesn't look like a child here, at least I wouldn't say so. Come to find out years later, this character is 12 years old. She is therefore called the Toshi Toshi no Mi, or more or less I think it's also called the Age fruit. So she can change how she looks at will. Now I ask you viewers a controversial question. Would you consider men and women who thought that Bonnie was an adult for the longest period of time to be or weird because they thought she was an adult? I honestly wouldn't. I think they made an assumption based off looks and they went with it. And their assumption, one, does not matter and was wrong. The creator says her age is 12, therefore her age is 12. Now you may be asking yourself, Black, what are you trying to say? I'm trying to say that looks can be deceiving, and you never, ever, ever judge a book by its cover. And in reality, you don't judge a book by its cover, you judge it by its license. It's ID, you hold that thing up in the light and you make sure that picture's real. But you can't do that with fake characters, because again, fake. So all you can really do is go on what the creators say, and the creators say that the character has no age, that tells me one very important thing. They do not care. And if they didn't care to say, hey, this character is a certain age, or this character is a child, then why should I care? Almost every character in Zenless Zone Zero is surrounded in mystery, and new canonical facts can be brought up about them at any time, at any day. Until that day comes, I will not care. Now why is that? I have bigger problems. My food bowl is still empty. So can someone, please, for the love of God, feed me?
What did you want?